Ron Harris here from MuscularDevelopment.com, wrapping up coverage of the Tampa Pro. Coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Standing here with your 2021 Tampa Pro champion, Iain Valliere, all the way from Canada.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, exactly on this, I think we were in this very spot.
Yep.
And you were a little bummed. You took second place because nobody.
That was last year.
Was that last year?
2 years ago, I was third here behind Dexter and Luke.
God, I'm getting
so
old.
Third, second, first. We're working our way up.
Okay.
Next year, I'll be last because we'll loop back around, right?
So you had your choice of shows. You could have done New York Pro again. You could have won that again.
Yeah.
Chicago Pro. What made you come back to Tampa?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had a bone to pick, right? I mean, you know, obviously Hunter wasn't here, but it's more about, you know, coming to the stage and in front of these judges and in front of a similar crowd. You know, I know a lot of the same people come out to these shows, you know, and just getting up here and having that redemption for myself. You know, I think I had some really good momentum coming out of the Olympia, and I wanted to come back here and lay that one thing that was kind of uneasy in my mind. You know, New York, I got that win. New York, I had a good Olympia showing, but the one that still, like, I kind of still remembered was that 2020 Tampa Pro. You know, even though my placing was second, it was a look I was very unhappy with. You know, to be completely honest, I think even second was lucky at that point. You know, I think I could have even been loner. So, you know,
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that before.
But I mean, we all know, and I said to one of the other ladies over there, you know, I know that any real competitor knows that the placing is secondary to the look. If you come with a look you're very truly proud of and know that it was something you 100% were proud of, the placing is so secondary to that. Just like the Olympia, I'm like, you know, when I was 7th place there, it's a good placing, but I was so much more proud of the look than I was of the placing. You know, so it's the same thing, you know, coming after that Tampa, you know, the placing was something that was good, but the look was something I would have been last and been just as happy. It wouldn't have mattered to me, you know. So, you know, you know, to come back here and have a little redemption, you know, I know there's things we can still improve. I think we were a little crisper in terms of our conditioning at the Olympia. Yeah. You know, I think I was better tonight. I think I came a little better tonight. But I know that new muscularity is there. You know, we're 8-9 pounds up. And I think if we can bring that down like another 2-3 pounds, we're still 5 pounds, 6 pounds up in muscularity, and that conditioning is close. I think tonight we were quite close to the Olympia. Obviously different light and staying next to different people, and, you know, online things that look different, whatever, but you know, I know what is there, and I know we're very close. So we're gonna go to Texas next week. We're gonna try and, you know, bring it down another couple pounds and give Steve a run for his money, right?
Yeah, I mean, I find it odd that, you know, most people don't decide on which shows they're gonna do until this show's over, but
yeah.
you knew you were going to do both shows back to back like that.
Yeah, I knew I was going to do them no matter what the outcome was. Obviously, the outcome is to win every show. You know, when you get to a level, you want to win everything. You know, I didn't go into a show saying, oh, I hope I get third. I came here hoping I win. I hope I win Texas as well. You know, really the thing wanting to do both is, well, one, we're professional athletes, and if I can get an opportunity to get paid, I'm taking it. You know, there's a week apart. I already flew in here from Canada and did all the quarantine bullshit, all this, so might as well try and get an opportunity to get paid. It's my job, right? And secondly, you know, standing next to someone like Steve, who's always been a few steps ahead of me, I want to see if I've narrowed that gap now. You know, I haven't stood next to him since like the Olympia 2018 or something. Wow. So it's been, you know, 3 years almost since standing next to a guy like that. So I think me and Steve have a lot of similarities in terms of our strengths and weaknesses versus some of these guys in this lineup and me are very, very vastly different, right? So I think it'll be a good indicator of kind of where I am heading in to the Olympia and the Arnold and where my physique is and kind of where we need to adjust and, you know, things going into Arnold and Olympia. So, and also a good dry run because of the close proximity. They're a week apart and the Arnold and Olympia about 2 weeks apart. So it's my first time doing shows that close together. So it'll give us kind of an understanding of how things need to be, you know, worked and manipulated and doing close shows, so.
So I'm curious, where did you weigh at the 2018 Olympia versus today?
Almost exactly 20 pounds different. 2018 wow. Olympia, I was like 243, and I was probably on stage here 253. Wow. And the Olympia 2018 to here was probably comparable condition. I was, yeah, like I said, 251 in the morning of last year's Olympia, but I was probably like 3 to 5% sharper. So, you know, we'll try and sharpen that up a little for Texas and hopefully get a second win 2 weeks in a row, right?
So, you know, we talked about this before. You're 30 years old now. You're just entering that phase where most guys hit their stride.
Yeah.
30 to 35 is usually that sweet spot where guys, that's their best.
Yeah.
How much bigger do you think you need? Do you need to be any bigger, or is it all about refinement now?
I don't think I need to weigh a ton more. You know, I know that the guys, my structure, you know, at the top level aren't weighing much more than that. You know, I think the overall size is there, but I think there's still spots that need to be filled. I think my chest, just, you know, structurally how it is, you know, especially in some shots when I lift my arms up, my front double and stuff, I do lose a lot of depth in it. So, you know, even if there's a lot of muscle in it in a side chest or a side tricep, you know, in certain shots, it still needs to have some more pop to look really good and compete with those top level guys. You know, my back has come up a lot, but it still needs to improve, you know. Especially when you're going to go stand next to guys like William Bonac and these guys at the top tier who have wacky backs. You know, I need to fill in more gaps there. So we're going in the right trajectory, but there's always work to be done. So, you know, that's really what it is. It's just continue to improve the things I've always been working on. I think are improving at a good progressive rate while still trying to maintain my half-decent structure, you know, not blow my waist out or anything. So that's really what the goal is, you know, try and bring the conditioning down a little more, a little better, and you know, keep adding to the muscularity where we've been adding it, right?
I think you have a huge fan base that's building and building because they admire the work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, I've known a million genetic freaks who didn't work that hard, and they got beat many times over the years by guys like you.
Yeah.
You don't have bad genetics, obviously.
No.
But you're beating guys with better genetics than you routinely.
Yeah.
And I think it's like Dorian. He just outworked them.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I think I'm really, like you said before, you know, I think I'm really just starting to hit my stride in terms of my training. And, you know, I think Patrick and I are figuring out a good mix in terms of the less is more kind of thing works for me. So, you know, it's really just, you know, continuing to progress on this. And I really love the training, you know, it's something that's, you know, like a challenge every day to see if I can push those weights harder, you know, be stronger, you know, push the sets further and really test my body. It's something that I honestly love more than actually stepping on stage. You know, I mean, like I love training through and through, and the bodybuilding is something that, you know, I build that, you know, doing the fun stuff to then something I get rewarded and can make a career out of and enjoy. But the training is something I really, truly love, and I would be doing whether I was getting paid nothing for it or not. You know, obviously there'd be differences, but, you know, it's still something I love to do through and through. And, you know, like I said, I really think I'm just getting into my stride of really learning how to train hard and train properly and learning how to peak reasonably well for shows. So, you know, it's just, I'm having a great time, man, you know.
It's funny because I remember Dorian talking about competing was his least favorite part of it all.
Yeah.
He loved the training, he loved the challenge of getting in shape, but getting on stage, he said, never mind.
Well, it's funny too, I'll go on stage and I don't smile and everyone gives me a fucking hard time, and go find one picture of Dorian smiling at the Olympia. You won't find one. You know, obviously I'm no Dorian, but I mean, like, don't give me so much shit for smiling, okay? You know, I go on stage because I love bodybuilding and I love training, but I'm not like an artist. You know, I'm not up there to do Terrence Ruffin routines and twirl around, and, you know, I'm up there to showcase the muscularity I've worked on from hard, heavy training, you know? And if the fact that I've had the opportunity to make a career out of this is just obviously cool as shit, you know? So I never take it for granted. It's an awesome opportunity, right?
And just so you guys, before you any of your YouTube comments, why is the microphone so close? They're doing an NPC show now. We're right near the speaker, so if I didn't do that, you'd be hearing music and not Iain Valliere. And I want you all to hear Iain Valliere, the champion. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ron.
Punch your ticket to Olympia, and you're still going.
We're going.
That's how it used to be. The guys did all kinds of shows. It wasn't about, oh, I got to qualify for the Olympia and then sit out. So, man, you're really bringing a lot of the feel of the 90s back in my mind.
Yeah, man, like I said, I just love bodybuilding. I love, you know, having the opportunity to progress and try new things, you know, and the opportunity to get better, you know, and if that's it, and I want to see how I stack up next to different guys and, you know, see how much the hard work I'm putting is paying off and what I need to be working harder on, what I need to be doing differently. So, you know, I'd love to compete in every fucking show if I could, you know. If I could do it and not kill myself, I'd probably be on every show, you know. Not because I love bodybuilding, but, you know, the stage portion of it, but just because I love the opportunity to compete and I love the opportunity to showcase that muscularity and you know, what we work so hard on. So, yeah, I mean, just on to Texas next week and hopefully we get another one, right?
Yeah, well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Kuklo, you're going to have a little trouble. It's not going to be easy for you. Iain's not going to make it easy. We'll see what happens. Best man will win. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Your 2021 Tampa Pro champion, Iain Valliere. Thanks for watching.